Good morning. Our one another this morning is a simple and direct one from 2 Corinthians 13, verse 11. Paul is winding up 2 Corinthians, which is his final correspondence to the Corinthians. We have 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians, which if you have heard or studied, you know that it's probably really 2 Corinthians and 4 Corinthians, because he is writing an ongoing correspondence and he refers to other letters. So we come to 2 Corinthians 13:11. Finally, brothers, rejoice. Aim for restoration. That's significant because Paul is concerned about relational accord. If you go back to 1 Corinthians, he was concerned about the discord that was happening as a result of competing allegiances within the Christian community. And that's why he emphasizes the whole idea of members and being of one body, having the same care. We saw that a few days ago for one another. Finally, brothers, rejoice, aim for restoration. And then he says to one another's, we'll talk about one this morning, comfort one another. And then he says, agree with one another, live in peace, and the God of love and peace will be with you. Comfort one another. Parakaleo, to come alongside and call alongside of one another. So think about somebody who's running and has somebody alongside them that is encouraging them, facing them in that way, encouraging, telling them that they're going to make it, encouraging them with what the next steps are, reminding them that they can persevere, reminding them that they're about a good thing, reminding them that there's a bigger picture, reminding them that they shouldn't lose focus, right? Coming alongside and comforting is the idea that's used here, but to call alongside of someone. We all need people who can come alongside and give us comfort when we feel like we're falling apart, when we feel like we can't go forward another step. We need a parakaleo. So the Holy Spirit is described as our Paraclete, the one who calls alongside. And certainly we garner comfort from the Holy Spirit. But let's understand something important, because sometimes we bifurcate our worldview in ways where we see things as physical and material and not as spiritual. We might pray and we might say, well, God isn't showing up and he's not speaking to me. And yet you have people coming alongside you who are speaking into your life. Do you think that they were not drawn to you by the power of the Holy Spirit, and that they were not placed in your life by the wisdom of God, and that what they're saying may not be born from the Holy Spirit? Why do we think that God has to show up in sort of a lightning and thunder when he could just show up through the words of someone? Perhaps the person you're neglecting in your life who is comforting you is the tangible ministry of God through the power of the Spirit in the life of that individual. Maybe you can be the power of the Holy Spirit through your own life as you minister and speak comfort alongside somebody. So pay attention for someone else to comfort you as God's instrument, and be willing to be God's instrument of comforting one another. May the Lord bless you today.